In this session, let us understand the third stage of AI project cycle, data exploration. In the previous sessions, we learned how to set the goal of your project and also found ways to acquire data. While acquiring data, we must have noticed that the data is a complex entity that is full of numbers, and if anyone wants to make sense out of it, they have to work out some patterns from it. For example, if you go to the library and pick up a random book, we first look into the spine, and then we look at the front cover to see whether it is appealing. Then we try to go through the content quickly by turning pages, or we look into the back cover before we decide whether the book needs our interest or not. Similarly, when we get a set of data in our hands, spending time to explore it will help get a sense of the trends, patterns, and relationships present in the data. It will also help us better decide on which model to use in the subsequent AI project cycle. We use visualization as a method because it is much easier to comprehend information quickly and communicate the story to others. Any data that is visually presented after sorting and arranging can help us comprehend information quickly. In this session, we will be exploring various types of graphs using an online open-sourced website, databizcatalog.com. Once we learn different types of graphs, we can use the one that is best suited for data features that we have listed in our problem statement. The first data visualization chart is the bar chart. Bar chart shows discrete numerical comparisons across categories. It answers the question of how many in each category. We draw it by specifying the categories on one axis and discrete values in the other axis. This is suitable for comparisons and patterns. This bar chart shows the visual representation of countries with most oil reserves. Countries are represented in x-axis and the reserves are represented in the y-axis. The next data visualization technique can be explored with the help of scatter plots. Scatter plots use a collection of points placed using Cartesian coordinates to display the values from two variables. Simply, an xy coordinate is represented. So by displaying a variable in each axis, we can detect if a relationship or correlation between the two variables exists. And this is suitable for patterns and relationships. This scatter plot shows the visual representation of sales of beer and ice cream versus temperature. The average day temperature is represented in the x-axis and the sales is represented in the y-axis. The third data visualization technique that we are going to learn is the pie chart. A pie chart is a circular chart that shows how data sets are related to each other. To do this, we will draw a circle into proportional segments. Each arc length represents a proportion of each category. The full circle will calculate to a total sum of all data, that is 100%. This chart is suitable for comparisons, proportions, and part to a whole comparison. So given here is a pie chart that shows the market share of web servers such as Apache, Microsoft, Zeus, and others. The fourth data visualization technique that we will be learning is the histogram. Histogram is a variant of bar chart. histogram visualizes the distribution of data over a continuous interval or a certain time period, whereas a bar chart need not have a continuous interval. To draw this, we represent on one axis of the chart the specific categories being compared, and in the other axis we represent discrete values. Each bar in the histogram represents the tabulated frequency at regular interval. This is suitable for comparisons, data over time, distributions, patterns, and range. A sample histogram shows the number of arrivals every minute. The fifth data visualization technique that we are learning is the line graph. Line graphs are used to display quantitative values over a continuous interval or a period of time. In line graphs also, we will be plotting data points as XY coordinates and then connect them with a line between the points. This is suitable for comparisons, data over time, and pattern. A sample of line graph shows the average fast ball velocity over different years. Now let us revisit our kimchi example, wherein we found that the cabbage or the Napa cabbage prices were soaring, especially during the kimchi making season. With the data that is given, we can draw a suitable graphical representation. Which data feature can you represent based on this information? We can take the average price of Napa cabbage every month and try to plot a line graph based on this. A line graph will help us understand how the prices are fluctuating over months and which would be the ideal month to purchase Napa cabbage and store. In this session, we have learnt how to represent data graphically. This will help us understand the trends and patterns of the data collected and design a strategy around them for achieving the goal of the project. I hope you have understood this. Please do like, share and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you.